Hey YouTube, it's Joe's Two Car Garage. Today we're working on the 99 Firebird LSX swap, and today we finished the installation of the accessories on the front of the motor, as I talked about in the other video, but I'll go over it again. This is the ICT billet accessory bracket package I purchased off of eBay. It utilizes the spacing from the truck motor and adapts the F-body power steering pump to that spacing, and relocates a few things into a better configuration for the F-body. And we'll go over what we have here just to refresh everyone's memory. Everyone, yeah, like anybody's looking. Anyway, this is an alternator off of a 2500 series cargo van with a 5.3 in it. It comes on a bracket that's like this tall and way over here, but I got it out of the junkyard for a reasonable price, so we bought it, put it on here. This is a rebuilt F-body 2000 LS power steering pump. This is the original truck water pump that we're going to modify to use the LS type hose coming out. I'm going to weld that up and put a new spigot in there coming out so I can put the hose on that. This is a 2003 Chevy Silverado remanufactured air conditioning condenser pump. I bought a belt and the pump yesterday to put on there. This is the original main pulley or harmonic balancer. This is the tensioner that used to be located up here on the water pump. It's relocated down here with this fancy schmancy bracket from ICT. And I'll give you try to give you a little shot of what's going on with these new aluminum billet brackets right there. One thing I did have to do, this bolt in the back down here, I had to add a washer to. The bolt was actually poking through the head. I'm sorry, poking through the bracket and hitting the head and causing this bracket to bow slightly and causing this to become cockeyed. I put a straight edge on it and compared everything, and it did actually need a little bit of a spacer in there, so I had to add a washer to that. The specified belt that the manufacturer of the bracket specifies is actually too large for this configuration. The tensioner hits the stops and the belt is still real sloppy. So through experimentation I found that this belt here works the best so far. It's actually rather tight to get on here, but it does still have some tension, or I'm sorry, some slack to take up by the tensioner, so it should work real good. Everything's straight, everything lines up real nice. It's a nice kit. So far I'm very happy with its purchase. It was very reasonably priced, and you know, works real good. So other than this, the output for the alternator being in a really crummy spot, I really kind of wish he would have clocked this a little bit more counterclockwise. By, you know, maybe lengthening some of these holes on the bracket and moving them a little bit, probably would have worked better. Other than that, it's a real nice kit. I'm going to try and take this apart and reclock the back of this. I'm probably going to move the bolt over into this area, and we'll give that a shot and see if it works. Later today, I hope to drain the oil and get the motor flipped over so I can start the oil pan, putting the F-body oil pan on and the mounts. I'd like to get this on the cradle with the transmission this week and get it back in the car for mock-up so that I can check the radiator placement and make sure everything's going to fit. Still need to get headers, and you know, there's quite a bit of stuff that I need just yet, but the list is getting a little bit smaller, and things are starting to come together a little bit. Going to need to get a new rack. That's the V6 rack, and I don't believe it'll work. I also need to get a steering shaft out of an S10, or I think it's an S. No, it's not an S10. It's a van. Little Chevy van's got the steering shaft that I need to adapt everything over. So I need to get that yet, and a couple other minor parts, windshield, dashboard, you know, little stuff. Anyway, that's your update for Saturday. I don't know, maybe it's August 1st or something like that. Why? Because I have no life. That's why. So anyway, there you go. That's your update for this week. That's the little bit of progress that I've managed to make. So maybe midweek or so. Hopefully we'll get back on it and get a little bit something else done. I would like to have this thing sitting back down on its wheels by winter so that I can at least roll it around. That would be nice, because one of these guys is going to the body shop for a while. So anyway, YouTube, that's all I got. We'll talk to you later.